Hi there, this is Ranjit and welcome to 170th live tech Q&A session where I'll be answering some of your tech related questions. And to post your questions, you have to post it on Twitter and use the hashtag that is known as Ask Geekyranjit. And I have already seen some questions. So let's start taking them up. But before that, let me check the audio, guys. Yep, it's working. So let's go on. And I got this interesting question from Omar Khel. He's asking, what would be the cost of the cheapest Snapdragon 835 phone? Would it be the OnePlus 5? Omkar, what do you mean by a flagship phone? If it's not just the chipset. Let's say, in fact, I don't think so the OnePlus 5 would be the cheapest Snapdragon 835 phone that is going to come out. Because 3 weeks back, I got an inquiry from some unknown Chinese company that they mentioned that they would be launching a very affordable smartphone with the Snapdragon, 835 chipset. But one question to you, just having a flagship chipset, does it make the phone a flagship? I would say no, because what happens if it has a very crappy camera, no fast charging, and other compromises like heating issues and other things. So it doesn't make sense. So it's an overall package that you look at when you call a device a flagship. So OnePlus 5 will definitely come out with the Snapdragon 835. But as we have seen the pricing of OnePlus devices, slowly they are starting to increase the pricing. The OnePlus 3T is now at 30,000, the base variant, and the higher storage one is 35,000. So definitely it won't be the cheapest one. But again, a flagship is a phone that gets most of the things right, not just the processor. In fact, you should watch the video that I posted last week regarding processors and throttling. It's not just the processor, it's a lot of other things that need to be optimized to make the phone work great. So that was an interesting question. Let me just move to the next one, and I hope the feed is fine. Earlier today we did a feed, and by the way guys, I have lowered down the feed to 480p because earlier in the morning we did a live just chat, and I was posting at 720p but having some network issues, so kept it at 480p, but the audio should be good enough. Let's quickly and this is by Shekhar. He's asking, which is the best fitness tracker except Mi Band 2? In the budget range, I didn't like anything else rather than the Mi Band 2. There was that Intex band, but the accuracy was so bad that I cannot recommend. If you can up your budget, then there is Fitbit that at least tracks the steps and other things accurately. But in the budget range, then I would say Mi Band 2. That Intex wristband simply was overcounting like crazy. This is by Najib. Is asking, if you get a deal for Note Edge for rupees 25,000, how would you rate it in 2017? You are asking for the Galaxy Note Edge that was launched now, I don't even recall, with the Note 4. So that is almost 3 years old. I would, and it was running on the Snapdragon 805 for 25,000. Najib, I won't go with that one right now because it's sort of outdated, to be frank. So personally, I won't go for 25k with that. If you have a budget of 25k, add 3,000 rupees more and just go with the OnePlus 3. It will be it'll give far better performance. Again, many of you are asking me about Android update for specific device. No idea. And yes, I'm also sort of pissed with Lenovo regarding the Lenovo ZUK Z2 Plus Nougat update. They had promised that we should be getting the Nougat update, but still no answer from them. I even tweeted publicly, still no answer. So let's see. Ash is also tweeting about them and they're still not replying, which is crazy. Let's see when we'll get the update we should, but just don't know when, because in China it has already got the update. So I don't know why they are delaying the update for India. This is by Amresh. He's asking, best phone camera under rupees 20,000 with good battery, because I'm watching a lot of video. Amresh, just hold on, because the Moto G5 Plus is going to be announced on March 15th. We know that, and we know the pricing, and definitely it should be below 20,000. I'm assuming 17, 18,000 if Motorola wants to sell. That is supposed to have a very good camera. And there is again one more phone that is launching on 14th March. I can't talk about it as of now because it hasn't launched, but that one also is supposed to be a very camera centric phone. I don't know what price they'll launch, but definitely it will be also around the 16, 17 or 18,000 price point. And that one is a camera centric phone. Actually, the rear facing camera on that one is 23 megapixel. So just wait, I would say just wait for 2 weeks. Some new devices are launching, and the Moto G5 Plus is again, the rear facing camera is supposed to be very good. And the other phone that I told you also that's going to launch in India is also a camera centric phone. So let's see. Okay, let me take some of these questions. This is by Amy. He's asking, are you looking forward to the Huawei P10? He asked, and what's the Huawei strategy for India? Launching important phones very late and expensive. Yes, lately Huawei, at least their flagship lineup like the P9, etc., they are very late in India, and the pricing is also very high. So that'll be the same thing even with the Huawei P10. I don't think so that's going to change. So if you're expecting that the Huawei P10 will be priced at 30,000, no, I don't think so that'll happen. There are keeping this Huawei phones at a premium. They're the premium phones, but let's see if they get aggressive. So it'll be interesting because now we are getting a lot of smartphones that are going to launch. The Galaxy S8 will be the big one. I don't think so the pricing of the Huawei P10 will go as high as the Galaxy S8, because we are hearing rumors that the Galaxy S8 in India might be close to 60,000 rupees. So let's see, yeah, but Huawei is generally pretty late with their flagship lineup in India. No doubt about it. Okay, this is by Kesh Verma. He's asking, Honor 6X versus the Redmi Note 4 in every aspect. He says, I play small games for a long time, so battery life is a priority. If battery life is your highest priority, then definitely the Redmi Note 4 will give you better battery life, because it has a better battery life and capacity compared to the Honor 6X. But one place where the Honor 6X will go ahead compared to the Redmi Note 4 is in camera performance. The camera is better on the Honor 6. It's not like the camera is rubbish on the Redmi Note 4, but if we do a side-by-side comparison, in fact, I've already posted a comparison video. You can check out on my channel. The Honor 6X will produce better pictures, especially in artificial and low lighting conditions. So again, decide if camera is your highest priority, go with the Honor 6X. But no, if you can live with a good enough camera, then I would say the Redmi Note 4 would make more sense. I hope that helps. Okay, let me just, again, a couple of questions. Let me just try to, again, very similar question from Vishwas Ravindran. He is asking, I'm a camera-centric person. Should I go with the Honor 6X or wait for the Moto G5 Plus because of the dual pixel autofocus? Honor 6X, I have already done in-depth review with that. The camera is good enough for the price of 13,000. I feel the camera is actually very good on the Honor 6X. But if you can wait for the Moto G5 Plus because it is supposedly using the Galaxy S7 sensor with the f1.7 lens. That's incredible. So just wait. On 15th March, we'll know the pricing of the Moto G5 Plus. And definitely I'll try to review the Moto G5 Plus, and I'll pay special attention to the camera performance. So if you can just delay your purchase for about 2 odd weeks, then you can make a better decision between the Honor 6X or the Moto G5 Plus. I just don't want to comment about the Moto G5 Plus as of now without testing it myself. This is by Shobit Agarwal. He's asking Lenovo P2 versus the Redmi Note 4. He says price is not an issue. 4 GB RAM he wants. Okay, so for Redmi Note 4 he has to go with the 13,000 rupees one, and the Lenovo P2 is 18,000. Is Lenovo P2 worth buying over the Redmi Note 4? Heavy user in terms of apps, collection, no gaming, he says. One place where the Lenovo P2 would go ahead compared to the Redmi Note 4 is in terms of battery life. Don't get me wrong, even the Redmi Note 4 has incredible battery life. It could last easily for 1.5 days with dual SIM usage. Whereas on the Lenovo P2, it can last over about 2 days easily. So if battery life is the highest priority, then the Lenovo P2. And also I feel the screen quality is slightly better on the Lenovo P2 compared to the Redmi Note 4. Again, don't get me wrong, the Redmi Note 4 also has a good screen. It's a 1080p screen. But again, if you put them side by side, the Lenovo P2 has extra vibrance because it's having a Super AMOLED screen that was made by Samsung. So I hope that helps. This is by Amish Agarwal. He's asking, don't you like Oppo phones? He says, I'm planning to buy the Oppo F1s. How is it compared to the Moto G4 Plus and the Vivo V5? I haven't tested the Vivo V5, so can't comment. Again, it's nothing like that I like or dislike Oppo phones. But yeah, I did purchase the Oppo A57. And I have to say, the user interface is one of the most rubbish user interface that I have seen for an Android device. Some of the basic stuff also, it hides, you can't get detailed battery stats. And in fact, I've already made a video about that. Go check out that. And I feel for what you are getting is the Oppo phones and even the Vivo phones are overpriced. And I'll tell you the reason why. This is and if you go to any shop, brick mortar shop these days, they will push you to Oppo or Vivo phones. And the simple reason is that because these dealers and the shopkeepers are getting way more commissions compared to other brands. For example, normal other brands like Samsung, others, etc., whatever we have, they pay 4 to 6% commission on sale of every phone. Whereas Oppo and Vivo both are paying anywhere between 14 to 16% commissions. So these dealers have an incentive to sell these Oppo and Vivo phones. And for the price, I would say, if you talk about price to performance ratio, I feel there both the Oppo and Vivo phones fail. For example, I purchased the Oppo A57, that is for 14,500. And the Redmi Note 4 will beat it for 11,000 any day. Yes, the camera, front-facing camera is better on the Oppo A57. So again, that's the reason I don't prefer reviewing Oppo and Vivo phones, because they're just overpriced for what they are offering. And most of the shopkeepers are simply pushing that because they are getting higher commissions. If you have purchased any phone about 2 years ago, they used to push Gioni a lot because Gioni used to give them the most commissions. But now Gioni is not giving them that much commissions, and Oppo and Vivo are giving them more commissions. So they are pushing those phones. So that's the simple truth. Let me just quickly now refresh the questions. Oh my God, over 60. Let me check the audio, guys, again. Okay, that's working. Oops, where did this go? Yeah, yeah. Let me just right. Okay. Let me go to the latest. This Twitter is like slow. Dr. PhD is asking, any good tripods for under rupees 2,000? You can go with the generic ones that you find on eBay, but if you want really good tripods, especially for video, you have to spend a lot more. There was one Vanguard one that I tweeted that is for 3,000, and if you do a little bit of video work, I would say that is the cheapest tripod that I found that is good enough for video work. If it's just for photography, any tripod would do. The problem with video is that you need, if you're doing the pan shots, etc., you need a very fluid head, and those with the fluid head are actually expensive. And the cheap tripods, they have very thin aluminum legs, so if you are a rough user, you will bend them. So I used to buy a lot of cheap tripods earlier, but these days I don't go for them because I've broken quite a few of those cheaper ones. Again, I've started a new series on cameras. I will be actually making a dedicated video where I will be talking about the tripods, different type of tripods, and what are the different tripods that I personally have and use. I have about 6 different tripods, so I'll talk about that in that video. Amitosh is asking, please tell me your reviews on the Nubia Z11 Mini. I haven't tested the Nubia Z11 Mini, but I've heard rumors that update to the Nubia Z11 Mini, that means a new model is going to launch very soon in India, and I'm trying to review that one. So it's going to heard that updated version of the Nubia Z11 Mini might launch in India. So just stay tuned for that. Lineage OS on ZUK Z1. Should I flash? This is by Naman. I frankly didn't try using it. I no longer actually have the Lenovo ZUK Z1. So check with someone else who has actually flashed Lineage OS on ZUK Z1. Yash is asking, will the LG G6 be reviewed? As Ash is not going to cover it. I'm not very sure about LG. The guys, I even made a video about LG HTC and what was that? Sony. Their state in India. And the problem with LG is that they don't launch their products quickly in India. So I can't promise right now. If they launch it quickly, then I will try to review it. But if they delay it for 3-4 months, then I also might not be interested to review the LG G6. Let's move. This is by Roshan. He's asking, this is a Mac related question for a software that is known as 1Password. I use it, so I'll take it. He's asking, if you buy the one-time version of the 1Password for rupees 4,000 on the Mac, will it work on iOS, Android and Windows? No, actually no, because Roshan, I use what do you say, 1Password at the paid version, and it's whatever version you buy for that is applicable. For example, if you buy for Mac, that is for Mac. For other variants also you have to buy. But now they have a monthly fee also, subscription type of a fee. If you use that, then you have access to all. But for one time, you have to buy for each platform. Because if I recall, I purchased both for the Mac as well as for Windows. Give me a second. Bhanu Pratap is asked, can you suggest me a good headphone under rupees 10,000 rupees? Oh, Bhanu, for 10,000 rupees, I would say I really like the Audio Technica M50X. It's a wired one. But I like the tonality of it. It is very natural sounding. And that's the one that I like. In fact, I like it so much that when I'm in my house, I prefer using the Audio Technica M50X over my Bose QC35. So I hope it helps. I in fact also posted a video on it. Check my channel. Let me now quickly just refresh it. Abhi is asking about color printers in the range of 8,000, 10,000. So if you guys know a good printer, suggest. I recently purchased this HP printer budget one, 4,500. It's just okay. It gets the job done. It's an all-in-one. But I don't like the text quality because it's not as sharp as a laser printer. But laser printers for color are very, very expensive. So if any of you know a good, color printer in the range of 8 to 10,000, help out Abhi. One second. Jinish is asking OnePlus 3T versus the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. I would say the biggest advantage that the Galaxy S7 Edge will have over the OnePlus 3T is camera. The camera is simply better on the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. In terms of battery, both are both of them will give you very similar performance. So yeah, it comes down to styling, and biggest thing is camera performance. Some of you are asking about the Galaxy S7 Edge now. If I were you, I will wait and see. Galaxy S8 is just around the corner. April, yeah, by April end we should be able to get it. Again, this is by Pratik. He's asking, he says, I'm looking to buy a budget iPhone 5s or the iPhone SE. Go with the iPhone SE rather than the iPhone, what do you say, 5s. 5s is sort of very outdated as of now. Many of you are asking about the Redmi Note 4 getting out of stock. Yeah, it's a pain in the butt, I would say, those flash sales. Still, one of my cousins actually also is pestering me to for the Redmi Note 4. I also tried 2 times but couldn't get it in the flash sale. So, yeah, it's tough. Shikhar Singh is having a very interesting question, and he's asking, will the quality control issues on the Moto G4 Plus affect the sale of the Moto G5 Plus, because many people have lost trust on the durability of the Moto G series? Very true. The Moto G4 Plus from start had those heating issues. Then some of the later batches also had that screen retention issues. So yeah, and even the what do you say, glass on the back was scratch prone. So these were some of the issues that the Moto G4 Plus had. I hope Motorola pays attention with the Moto G5 Plus. That's the reason I'm being very I'm skeptical about the Moto G5 Plus. Unless I have tested it, I just don't want to comment about it. Yes, we know that it'll have the Snapdragon 625 chipset, which does not technically have any heating problems, and the camera is supposed to be good, but let's see. I will definitely test it out. And yes, Motorola has to address the quality control issues with the Moto G5 Plus. Let me quickly some of you are asking about Bose headphones and stuff. I have ordered one of the Bose budget oriented headphones, so I will be reviewing, and even have the Sony budget headphones that for 500-600 rupees, that also I will be reviewing soon, so just stay tuned for that. Anil is saying, why don't you try the TP-Link Archer C9 to get most of your Act 500? I don't think so. It's a problem with that. Dude, I know what I'm doing. I have a Asus router. That's the AC87U. That cost, this is way better than the Archer C9. It's not the problem of the router. I've directly connected the line also to my network. It's the problem with Act, what do you say, latency. The latency is the problem. It's not the speed. I'm on the 75 megabit connection. That is not the problem. See, the problem is the latency. For live broadcast, the stream should be consistent. Sometimes on Act, it has those dips, and those dips actually affect those live broadcasts. And even if you're sort of a gamer, that's really bad. It used to be really good earlier, but from past 6-7 months, when it was Beam, originally it was known as Beam Fiber here in Hyderabad, and Act bought it about a year ago, and from past 6 months getting a lot of problems. It's not just me. I know many of my other cousins and relatives also use Act, and everyone is sort of complaining. So it's not my router, dude. And by the way, I'm doing the stream over Airtel connection. I just can't trust Act as of now. What is this? NIHMDN is asking, which is the best among speakers for desktop? That's a very generic question. There are a lot of speakers out there. Audio Technica makes a very good Audio Engine, if you have the budget. Very expensive. Ash uses that. A5 Plus, they're excellent. I'm actually just recently purchased the Harman Kardon Soundsticks 3. Earlier in India, they were priced for about 22,000, 20 to 23,000. But now the price has dropped to about 12,000. Hence, I got it. I'm liking it. And I will definitely try to actually review it very soon. So, yeah. On the budget one, I like the JBL Jembis, the small ones that were there. Don't buy it for 5,000 if you're getting it sometimes on flash sales. It goes down to as low as 2,000 rupees. The JBL Jembis, very small, but surprisingly good sound output. But again, just wait for flash sales. It goes down to 2,000 rupees in flash sales. Janice is asking, do you think the iPhone 8 will be cheaper if it's manufactured in India? I don't think so the price of the iPhone 8 or whatever iPhone Apple is going to produce will fall drastically if it's produced in India, because even Samsung is producing most of their phones, even the flagship phones like S7, S7 Edge in India, and they are not passing that subsidies to the users. So I don't think so the price, they will drop the price significantly. These Samsung and Apple are sort of premium brands, so they will continue to charge that premium pricing. That's the sad truth. Shoham is asking, any plans for merchandising? Do let me know. I did plan to, start some t-shirts and stuff, but I'm like undecided if you guys would be interested in that or not. So I don't know. You guys let me know in the comment section later on. And let me quickly just refresh again. Why is this just showing the same questions again and again? About meetups, guys, did some meetups, but again, you have to travel a lot and the work gets affected when I travel. That's the reason. Yeah, but in Hyderabad, I will be trying to do a meetup in sometime in April when I get some free time. So yeah. Pankaj is asking, Lenovo P2 versus the Moto Z Play, which one is better? Pankaj, I would say if battery life is your highest priority, actually, I'm not able to speak. I need some water. I would say if a Lenovo P2 battery is your highest thing, then go with the Lenovo P2 because it can give you over 2 days of battery life, 2 to even 2.5 days of battery life. Whereas the Moto Z Play will give you easily about 1.5 days of battery life. But camera, definitely, I would say the Moto Z Play has slightly better camera compared to the Lenovo P2. That's one area where the Lenovo P2 falls way behind. That's in battery life. And personally, if I have to pick one, I would go with the Moto Z Play. The styling is better. It feels a lot more premium than the Lenovo P2, I would say. Again, it comes down to personal preference. Performance, both of them perform similarly because of the Snapdragon 625 chipset. But again, as the Moto Z Play is a Moto device, regarding Android updates, it will get updates faster than the Lenovo P2. That is also one thing you have to remember. So let's... this is by Ayan. He's asking, which is better in processor as well in camera between these phones? The Moto M, the Moto X Play, and the Redmi Note 4. The Moto M has that pretty MediaTek chipset, so I won't recommend it. The Moto X Play has the Snapdragon 615 chipset, and that is also pretty old as of now and gets all heated up, so not that great. If I were you, between these three phones, I would just go with the Redmi Note 4. That's the best overall choice. Mudit is asking your thoughts on the Galaxy A5 2017. What do you guys think about that one regarding the pricing, the A5 27, almost 29,000 some change. So does it make any sense? I would say the OnePlus 3 or the 3T makes far better sense compared to that one. So I'm also very confused between the A5 and the A7. Which one should I review? Because I feel the pricing is, though on paper the specs look good, but the pricing is just insane. You guys let me know about the A5 or the A7. Let me just refresh it, guys. And okay. Okay. Oh, yeah. And regarding what do you say, I again ran a poll on the YouTube community page. Should I do this live Q&A sessions or pre-recorded? Sort of mixed results. I think so. Live got 54% votes. So what I'll be doing is if I'm in Hyderabad and around, I'll do these live Q&A sessions. But if I'm sort of traveling and my schedule is busy, then I will be doing the pre-recorded sessions because I do frankly feel that in pre-recorded sessions I can pick up much better quality questions. Here I just have to look at the questions for 5 seconds and pick whatever is there. So that's the problem. Sanil is asking best lapel mic for smartphones for YouTube. Sanil, just watch the video that I posted on my channel about a month back. 3 lapel mics. I reviewed both. All of them were very good. It directly you cannot connect it to the smartphone, but you get a small adapter in an electronic shop. If you use that, you can use it with a smartphone. There is one that is the Rode lapel mic that connects to the smartphone. Rode Lav Plus, Smart Lav Plus. That's for about 4 or 5,000. I don't even recall. Rubbish for the price. I purchased it and like, damn, rubbish for the price. Mohak is asking why doesn't Mac give better performance for gaming in comparison to Windows? Mohak, the thing is that generally we don't have many of the games that are natively developed for the Mac. So if gaming is your thing, then Windows computer is the best thing, because there are hardly any games that are designed specifically for the Macs. They are generally ports that you get from the PCs. So that's the reason. Generally for gaming, Mac is not an ideal thing, I would say. Ananya is asking best phone for 15,000. This is the 5th time I'm asking. Ananya, I would say watch the video that I posted a month back. Best phones under 20,000 rupees. That's the same list I have right now. There are some new phones that are coming into the market. As I told you, I can't talk about one that is going to launch on 14th of December. Then there is the Moto G5 Plus that is going to be launched on March 15th. Don't know the pricing, and I hope the pricing is good. So just wait for that time. But because as of now, some of the options under 15,000 that you have, those are the Redmi Note 4, Honor 6X, and the Moto G4 Plus. But I will simply not recommend the Moto G4 Plus as of now because of some of the issues that the Moto G4 Plus is having. So just wait till March 15, then we will have a lot more clarity. Oops. This is by Amrit. He's asking, he says, I want a better regular mobile under rupees 10,000. What do you mean by better regular? Do you mean feature phone? He says he's using Euphoria now, want that type of regular mobile. That means you want a smartphone. Still my recommendation for a smartphone under 10,000 would be the same, the Redmi 3S Prime or the Lenovo K6 Power. Both of them will be better than your, what do you say, Euphoria. The update to the Redmi 3S Prime, Xiaomi hasn't hinted anything about it. That is expected to be coming soon, but we don't know the time frame. Sandhyal is asking, is the Nokia comeback acceptable? It will all depend upon the Indian pricing, because if we convert it from the euros, what they have mentioned for the Nokia 6, Nokia 5 and the Nokia 3, they're definitely sort of charging a premium. So let's see when they come in India, and they're coming here actually pretty late. It'll be around June time frame when they come in India. So yeah, that's what it is. Nitin is asking, Lenovo K5 Note or the Redmi Note 4, overall value for money. Definitely the Redmi Note 4 is better than the Lenovo K5 Note. So yeah, just go for the Redmi Note 4 overall, I would say. And this is by Sahil Khan. I have been getting a couple of questions regarding the MacBook Air, so I'll take this. He says, I want to buy a laptop under rupees 65,000. How about the MacBook Air in this range? If you like Macs, you can go with the MacBook Air. In fact, as you can see, this is the MacBook Air that I'm using, and this is the one that I purchased in 2013. So still a good computer. The new MacBook, and the one I'm using has just 4 gigabytes of RAM, but the new ones, the new MacBook Airs come with 8 gigabytes of RAM. So good enough, I would say, can get your stuff done, unless you're doing very heavy stuff like video editing. You can even do video editing. I have done it when I'm traveling, but it just goes berserk if you do that. But if you want a generic computer, then the MacBook Air is still a good laptop. But the only thing that I don't like with the MacBook Air is that the screen quality is just average. I won't say it's bad, but if you watch from a different angle, then the screen starts to fade away. It's not that high quality screen that we find on the MacBook Pros. So that's what it is. And let me just refresh. Oops. Anshul is asking Galaxy S7 versus the Note 5. Seriously, Note 5. I would say Note 5 only if you are a real fan of the S Pen. Otherwise, I would say go with the Galaxy S7 because the camera is better on the Galaxy S7, definitely. So decide S Pen, camera. That should help you in deciding which one is what. So yeah. Many of you are asking me about the load balancing router that I'm using. This is the one. Just a day since I've been using this. This is not a Wi-Fi router. This is just a traditional router. You have to connect your Wi-Fi router or anything else to this one. Your broadband connections actually come to this one. You can have up to 4 simultaneous broadband connection. I'm using it with 2. Again, too quick to review it. But if many of you ask, after using it for a couple of weeks, I'll definitely try to review it. Interesting device if you have multiple broadband connections. And in fact, if you have slow broadband connections, I know everybody does not have fiber and very fast internet. Let's say if you have 3 lines of BSNL, 2 Mbps, 2 Mbps, 2 Mbps, you can actually put 3 of them in this one and aggregate them and get up to 6 megabit speeds. That option is also there. So that's what it is. Pritesh is asking, do you use the Soundpeak QY7 also? Now also? Yes, I sometimes use it when morning. I'm sort of lazy these days. I'm not doing a lot of treadmill. But whenever I do a little bit of treadmill, I still use the QY7. They still sound good. And they are working. I don't like it's very plasticky in terms of build quality. But again, as I've told you, I'm not a very rough user. So still, they are sort of working. LG V20 at 37,000 worth it. Mudit is asking this question, and I would say for 37,000, I feel it's a very good device. One of my friends, that is Yaman from Cooking Shooking, recently purchased the LG V20. And overall, I played with this phone for about 5-10 minutes. I liked it. The camera is actually surprisingly good on that one. And that has the dual camera thing. So that was nice. Only thing that Yaman from Cooking Shooking mentioned is that battery life, if you're sort of a normal day, it lasts. But if on heavy usage, you might have to top it up in the evening. So I did like the LG V20. So if you're getting it for 37,000 and you like the LG UI, then certainly you can go with it. So guys, it's been over 30 minutes now. So I will be ending this live tech Q&A session. And guys, do remember to subscribe to my channel. And we do this live Q&A sessions every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. India time. So if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. And also remember to hit that bell icon, because these days, if you just subscribe, YouTube is not sending you notifications unless you hit that bell icon. And many of you guys complain that I'm not posting videos these days. Every day I post a video. It's just that because you guys haven't clicked that bell icon, you are not getting the notifications. So make sure that notification near the subscribe button is also clicked. So guys, that's it for now, and hope to see you soon next week also, and hope I think so this live session went nice. So next week also I'll try to do it live. So guys, signing off for now. See you soon. Bye bye. And if I can click that.